In the world of boxing, where legends are made and legacies are defined, a clash between two pound-for-pound greats is looming on the horizon. Terence Crawford, an undefeated fighter with unparalleled skill, is eyeing the most dangerous challenge of his career, a showdown with the unstoppable Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. With the weight difference, the stakes couldn't be higher. Can Crawford defy the odds, leap 2 weight classes, and conquer the seemingly unbeatable Canelo, or will the Mexican powerhouse solidify his reign at super middleweight? This is more than just a fight, it's a battle for immortality in the boxing world. Edgar Berlanga believes that Terence Crawford shouldn't be counted out in a potential fight against Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds. Canelo, who holds an impressive record of 62 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws with 39 knockouts, is the unified super middleweight champion and has established himself as one of boxing's biggest stars. Despite the fact that Crawford would be stepping up to a much heavier weight class, which naturally gives Canelo a significant advantage, Berlanga still thinks Crawford's skills make him a serious contender. Although Crawford has been fighting in lower weight classes throughout his career, Berlanga feels that Crawford's elite boxing intelligence and abilities could give him a shot even against someone as powerful as Canelo. Terence Crawford, who is set to turn 37 on September 28th, has already cemented his legacy in the sport, with an undefeated record of 40 wins, no losses, and 31 knockouts. He is widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in boxing. However, with age catching up and Canelo being the bigger man, Crawford may need to start thinking about the next phase of his career. Unless a highly lucrative fight against Canelo suddenly materializes, Crawford should consider retirement soon. That said, it's unlikely that Canelo will simply hand him a fight. To earn a shot at Canelo, Crawford may need to go through some of the best super middleweights in the division, such as David Benavidez, Osles Iglesias, David Morrell, and Christian Mbili. These fighters, known for their size, power, and technical skills, would present major challenges for Crawford, especially given that they're all younger and naturally heavier. For Crawford to secure a fight with Canelo, he would likely need to prove he can handle such competition at 168 pounds. However, Berlanga doesn't think that he himself is one of the top contenders Crawford should face to earn the Canelo fight. Berlanga has been criticized for having a less impressive resume compared to others in the division. Many see him as a manufactured fighter who hasn't yet proven himself against top-level competition. As a result, Berlanga believes Crawford should look elsewhere to solidify his standing in the super middleweight division if he's serious about moving up and fighting Canelo. In terms of making a fight between Crawford and Canelo happen, a huge financial incentive would be necessary. Recently, Turki Al-Sheikh, a Saudi Arabian government official and influential figure in global sports, joined Crawford in calling out Canelo for a fight. If Al-Sheikh were to come through with a massive offer, reportedly around $150 million, it could potentially lure Canelo into agreeing to the fight. This would require Crawford to jump up 2 weight classes from 154 pounds to 168 pounds, which is a monumental task given the size and strength difference between the two fighters. Canelo currently holds the WBA, WBC, and WBO super middleweight titles, making him the dominant force in the division. Moving up to face someone with Canelo's credentials would be a significant challenge for Crawford. After Canelo's recent victory, a dominant unanimous decision over John Ryder, both Crawford and Al-Sheikh made it known that they were interested in setting up a fight. However, when asked about this potential matchup during the post-fight press conference, Canelo seemed uninterested. His response of no comment was interpreted as a clear indication that he isn't enthusiastic about fighting Crawford, possibly due to the weight difference or because he's looking at other potential opponents. Canelo's lack of interest suggests that Crawford may have to consider other options to secure the kind of generational wealth he's looking for as he approaches the end of his career. One of the most realistic paths for Crawford is to take up David Benavidez's challenge. Benavidez, a two-time WBC super middleweight champion, has been calling out Crawford and is eager to prove himself as the best in the division. Benavidez is known for his relentless pressure, punching power and size, all of which would pose significant problems for Crawford. Additionally, other top fighters like Jaron Boots Ennis, one of the rising stars in the welterweight division, have expressed interest in fighting Crawford. Ennis, who is 26 years old with a record of 31 wins, no losses, and one no contest, has built a reputation as one of the most talented young fighters in the sport, and a matchup between him and Crawford would generate a lot of excitement. Berlanga, who was recently defeated by Canelo, still holds Crawford in high regard. He believes that despite Canelo's size advantage, Crawford's skill set and boxing IQ are unparalleled. He sees Crawford as a legend in the sport and believes that his technical ability, movement, and ring generalship would allow him to compete with anyone in boxing, even someone as physically dominant as Canelo. In Berlanga's eyes, Crawford should never be underestimated, and even though Canelo would have a significant weight advantage, Crawford's intelligence and experience could make the fight more competitive than many would expect. While the idea of Terence Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez has sparked interest, the logistics of such a fight present significant challenges. Moving up two weight divisions from 154 pounds to 168 pounds is not a simple task, especially for a fighter like Crawford, who has spent his career excelling at lower weights. The size and power difference between the two would be difficult to overcome. Historically, boxers who have attempted similar leaps in weight have faced serious obstacles, as the physical advantages of naturally larger fighters often play a decisive role in the outcome. Crawford's natural weight class lies in the welterweight division, and though he has the skill to compete, a move to super middleweight would mean facing fighters who are not only heavier, but also have grown accustomed to the pace and power of fighting at that weight. Canelo, for instance, has demonstrated that he can carry his power and endurance to higher weight classes, as seen in his fights against light heavyweight Sergey Kovalev and super middleweight opponents. Moreover, the timing of such a fight is crucial. Both Crawford and Canelo are in the later stages of their careers, but Canelo has established himself in the higher weight classes, while Crawford would be entering new territory. Crawford's window to secure a legacy-defining fight like this is closing, especially as he approaches his 37th birthday. While there's always the allure of a big payday and legacy fight, Crawford must weigh the risk of stepping up against Canelo without having any prior experience at super middleweight. A loss against Canelo, especially one where Crawford is physically outmatched, could potentially tarnish his otherwise spotless career. On the flip side, a victory would elevate Crawford's status to one of the greatest multi-division champions in the history of boxing. However, the path to that victory is littered with potential pitfalls, and Crawford may need to consider whether the risks outweigh the rewards. Finally, while Crawford faces considerable challenges in moving up to face Canelo at 168 pounds, his remarkable skill and legacy mean that he should not be discounted. If he decides to pursue the fight, however, he may first need to prove himself against the top contenders in the super middleweight division before securing a shot at Canelo's titles.